the whole scene was in the 90s, and it was bands like Teen Generate, New Bomb Turks, the Gories, the Blues Explosion, stuff like that.
The Violent Brothers.
Yeah, that was the Violent Brothers.
This is where you're playing drums.
Yeah.
We took our cue from another local band that ended up actually doing okay in the States called the Leather Uppers, and they were a two-piece band who switched as well, Classy Craig and Groovy Greg. And then they put out some records on Sympathy for the record industry, and a couple other garage
But you
labels.
kind of had an attitude towards the audience.
I remember that gig actually, and I think JC, you were in the crowd.
I was in the crowd there. I was laughing that you were wearing a helmet, and you said something along that. I'm wearing this helmet just in case the roof falls down.
That's why I was wearing the helmet. Yeah, you're taking it out of context, but that was the whole point.
Why are you wearing a helmet playing the show?
I'm wearing a helmet indoors because of that. Yeah, because
there was a punchline.
Yeah, there was a punchline.
There's always that risk.
Yeah,
the roof falling down.
But that's pretty much where. Out of that band, we formed this band.
Yeah, but was it here that you discovered that people liked when you talked with a foul mouth?
Yeah, I actually have it on tape. I'm off stage. I'm pretty quiet, as people are continue to point out to me when they meet me. But that's just how I am. And there was one night a friend of ours was drunk on stage, and we were doing those Violent Brothers songs. And he was drunk, and he was sitting in the front row, and he was just yelling at me to the point where I got really annoyed at him. And I started yelling back, and then everybody I got a good response. Yeah. So I just started doing it for the whole set. And, I loved it. It was so cathartic for me.
Did you feel it kind of powerful on stage when you could do that and get away with it?
But I also felt exhausted, like in a great way. Yeah. And so after that,
it was your workout.
Yeah, it really was.
Instead of the push-ups.
Yeah, and then after every show, each show, like the Violent Brothers, we were starting to get a name around the area. Because of these kinds of wild shows. There was some really wild shows we did where I'd walk out of the club and start screaming on the street. And that word got around and stuff, but then, we broke up, so.
Yeah, okay.
And I didn't want it to end, and I thought, we were onto something here. But the other Violent Brother, didn't want to do it anymore. So
he was embarrassed, or no? It wasn't his cup of tea.
He was like a musician kind of guy. He's like, probably the best guitarist in the scene at the time. And I went to high school with him. His name's Paul, and he's an incredible guitar player. Like incredible. So He wanted to do more musician stuff, and I've in a way it was, I don't feel sorry for him, but he was kind of partnered up with this loudmouth guy who played power chords. It's just not, it's like, Portnoy being, saddled up with, I don't know.
Yeah. Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, Weird Al Yankovic, exactly. So that's why.